So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to do a video about flying in and out of the Washington DC, whatever, S.F.R.A. or Special Flight Rules area. I'm launching from Whiskey 00 freeway, and I'll be flying out of Paleo Gate. If you don't, they have gates, and you got meet me at the whiteboard.
Circles within circles. This is the Baltimore Washington TAC chart, terminal area chart, and this gives you where you can't fly, where you can fly, yada yada yada. So it's hard to see in this video. I'll zoom in later and show it. But there's a 60-mile circle here. And to fly inside that 60-mile circle, you're supposed to go to the FAA website, to their safety website, take the online safety course, pass it. It's real easy. And when you pass it, you get this. It's a certificate of achievement, which means you basically can fly within that 60-mile veil. It also means you can fly within the S.F.R.A. I've never been ramp checked. I don't know anybody's ever been ramp checked for that. I only know one person who was cited and suspended for 60 days for busting airspace. Wasn't a big deal. The FAA even said he did the right thing, but he did bust airspace and wasn't talking to anybody. So this is kind of hard to see what's going on because it's kind of busy and all that. So what we're going to talk about is this. And I'll zoom in so you can see this better. This is when you take the course. You get this from the FAA. So this is the crux of the matter. This is the S.F.R.A., the red circle that you can see here. I'm zoomed in pretty far, so you're just going to get my hand. And our airport is right here. Whiskey 00 or Freeway Airport. If you'll notice when you look at the TAC chart or look at SkyVector, you'll notice that the runway was going to be intersected by the big bright red line of the FRZ, which would have meant no flying at all or just get the TSA and all that. They negotiated a cutout. So of course you can imagine all our traffic pattern is to the east, nothing to the west. So today I'm going to depart Whiskey 00 out Paleo Gate to Greco intersection down to Whiskey 6, St. Mary's Airport, and do some touch and goes back to Cambridge, Dorchester Airport. If you're ever in the area, land there and eat crab cakes. They're great. And then back up to this area here, do some practice stuff, and then back to the gate. So what are the gates? Woolly, Paleo, Wino, Grubby, BVR or Brooks Gate, Fluky, Jason, and Luck. The red denotes the frequencies that you operate on, and that's that sector. The yellow, the frequencies you operate on this sector, and the green for this sector. For our sector where we are most of the time, the return frequency is 132.77. And for here, down here where we return from there, it's 125.12. But when we launch from here, they typically give us 125.12 and operate within that area on that frequency. Now these are security frequencies. If you want to get flight following or get cleared into Class B airspace, they're going to hand you off to somebody else. So I talk to people here, I talk to people here, I have to talk to people everywhere. You must file before you leave. You must get your squawk on the ground before you leave when you're inside the S.F.R.A. You must file to get back in, and you can get your squawk in the air. When I return, I'm going to get my squawk just about over Kent Island here. And you call for your squawk, and for a few seconds they give you a squawk, and then maybe 15-20 seconds later they say transponder observed. Yeah, strange words, never heard them before. Everywhere else it's go radar contact. It's transponder observed. Proceed on course. Remain clear of Class Bravo airspace, blah, 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 blah. So you enter the gate, go to wherever you're going, and land. Maintain your squawk to the land. Once they've handed you off to the Unicom frequency here, you maintain your squawk to the ground. So that's basically it. That's what it takes to fly in and out of the S.F.R.A. You got to take the course. You got to follow the rules. It's a little more cumbersome than normal, but it's not overly cumbersome. I don't think we really need it, but that's just my opinion. All right, so back to the airport, back to the action.
Okay, now that we've gotten that kind of quick instruction out of the way, I have filed both my exit flight plan and my entry flight plan, and I have gotten my squawk on the ground. Unlike everywhere else, you must get your squawk on the ground before you launch. So I've got my squawk, I got my frequency for departure control, which we call Potomac approach, and I'll be leaving out of Paleo Gate. So I'm basically going due east from freeway, the little cutout that I showed you on the chart, to Paleo Gate. And when I get to the gate, they will cut me loose. They'll say, you know, clear the S.F.R.A. frequency change approved. Then I'll be on to my destination.
Do you mind if we make a departure here quick on 18?
No, go ahead, take it.
Thank you, sir. Let's see, where am I now? Freeway Airport, Cessna 13573, departing on 18 to the east.
Traffic, Cessna 9400, Lima Bay.
Freeway traffic, Cessna 6155 Kilo, taking the active 36 for departure. We'll be departing to the east. That's set, and we're going.
Discovery traffic, Skyhawk switch, Mike Echo, turning final, runway.
Potomac approach Cessna November 6155 Kilo with you out of Whiskey 00 at 900.
6155 Kilo, Potomac transponders reserve, proceed on course outside of Bravo, Washington number 3020.
3020 remains out of Bravo, thank you very much, sir.
No problem.
It is absolutely a dead calm today. It's like flying on glass. And there's our pattern out, our initial altitude. Push the nose over, get some airspeed up. And throttle back to 2300. So I'm going straight out, Paleo, across the Chesapeake Bay.
JetBlue 389 is going to maintain 6,000.
And there's my heading. Okay, now I want to hit about 2,000 feet at the gate, so I'm under the 2,500 foot ceiling of the Class B airspace. And we got a lot of Class B airspace.
6155 Kilo, contact approach on 132.77.
132.77, roger.
.3019er. 3019er outside of Bravo, proceed on course, 86 November.
Approach Cessna November 6155 Kilo.
November 6155 Kilo, Potomac approach, Baltimore altimeter 3019er.
3019er, roger, thanks. So I'm about 5 minutes from the gate. As you probably discerned from the video facing the forward camera, the gate's in the middle of the Chesapeake Bay. On this part of it anyway.
November 6155 Kilo, you're outside the S.F.R.A. Squawk 1200 frequency changes, approval calculator.
Roger, copy 1550 Kilo, S.F.R.A. Frequency change approved, and I'll catch you on the flip. Thank you very much. Boy, I botched that, didn't I? Yeah, fly so many different airplanes, it's kind of... Okay, now I'm switching to 1200 because I'm outside the S.F.R.A. I am flying in cleared airspace. I'm, as they say, clear and free to navigate. But they still have me on the screen, of course, because I'm running my transponder. And I can switch to whatever frequency I want. So I switch to St. Mary's frequency. I'm going to fly down to St. Mary's Airport, probably just touch and goes there, then fly back up to Cambridge for lunch, and then back to Whiskey 00. So as to the S.F.R.A., AOPA wrote a neat little article about burdensome mandates and things that pilots like us have to face, and one of them is the S.F.R.A. They call it security theater. I'm inclined to agree. It's a bit of security theater. What they've accomplished there, they can do very easily with Class Bravo airspace and transponder mandates, and that's it. We don't need to have this massive circle of space that you have to work to get in and out of. I don't see it ever going away. Not since it was put in place. These things tend not to go away. But it's a few extra steps you have to do to fly in and out of that airspace, but it's not really a whole lot of extra steps. Things to remember: don't ever squawk 1200 in there, and have a flight plan no matter where you go. If you're going inside, or inside out, or outside in, you have to have a flight plan. But the actual S.F.R.A. concept doesn't make a lot of sense. There's the FRZ, which I showed you in a little chart, is the freeze, where it's a no-fly zone for me, because I'm not based at one of the Washington 3 airports that are inside it, and I have no justification to fly through it, so I'd have to go around it. That requires the special IDs from the TSA and a PIN number. But I'm perfectly happy right now flying the way I am. I wish I was in a different airspace, but this is what I have. That's what I've dealt with, and that's what I'm going to fly with. And as I like to say, this is quite a beautiful day to go flying, as you can see from the cameras. Alright, we're coming up on the Graco intersection. Now I'll take a hard right to the right. Yay!